Hi students, this is Mrs. Rowe, and if you are watching this, you are done with your research, you are done with your graphic organizer, you filled it all out because that's going to be turned in with your paper, and you have finished your reference page, and you're wondering what's next. And I'm going to tell you what's next. It's your essay. And so you're ready to begin writing your argumentative essay. And you're going to start with your introduction. And I want to make sure that you are thinking about your introduction and carefully. So what we have to remember is that argumentative essays and any other essays pretty much have the same type of introductions, unless you're doing a story. Essays are usually the same type of introduction. They include a hook, they include background information, and a thesis, or we call it a claim in this case. Now, if you look at page 23 in your packet, you'll find the example paragraph, essay, a drinking problem. And it should look like this. I think that there was some copying going on there, or some annotating on there that is not right. So you can change it so it looks like this. If you want to pause the video right now and copy this to your essay, that would be great. You can do that now. All right. So looking at page 23, you can look in your packet to get help with your introduction as you write it, but you have to remember you have to have a hook, and the purpose is to catch the attention of the reader. Once it makes them want to continue reading more. And you do not put your topic or your stance directly stated in that hook. It should be creative and fun and catch their attention. It should be interesting. Some examples could be opening with an unusual detail, or it might be a fact that you found out that you think is particularly interesting. It could be a strong statement that might be a little shocking. It could be a quotation. The quotation may be something that you found or heard or seen somewhere, and you just have to make sure that you include the source if you know it. So you can look at these if you want to pause and look at these examples. Again, this is all page 23. Another great way is to think about the essay topic and to link it to your topic by adding your hook, something about your topic. So adding within it something about your topic. So if you have a topic, a hook that looks like this up here, and you can read that, and you want to hook it with your essay topic, you have to think about how you're going to make that quote fit. If you're talking about like cell phones causing accidents or driving in cell phones or something like that, you're going to want to think about how to explain that. And that's what you'll do. You need to explain how that's going to fit. Another thing you can do for hooks, you can tell a story. If you read something, a lot of times in your research you might have come across a story that you think backs your point, and maybe that's something that you think is a moral dilemma, and it could be used as your hook to draw them in. Maybe it's a very interesting story, as long as it's not too long. You gotta, keep it kind of brief. And the background is what introduced the topic. And when you're saying that, you're introducing the topic, but you don't say, I feel that all cell phones should be banned, or cell phone use should be banned from driving. You should not state your stance in that sentence at all, and you shouldn't be using the word I anyhow, or feel, weak words. But you want to make sure you introduce the topic and that you give general information about the topic, and do not directly state your stance or your opinion on the topic. So some examples of backgrounds. So if you had that quote that you wanted to use, and then you wanted to add background information, you might add in something about what the problem is. Why is there an issue? Why do people disagree? Why is this Why are there issues between two sides? Why do we have to talk about this? And then remember, your claim is what you wrote on your graphic organizer, so you could just add that in. And so making sure that you have those three things is really important. Another thing you could do for hooks that I didn't mention was some of you want to ask a question, which I think there's some good questions out there. But if your question can be answered with a yes or a no or a simple word, then that's not a good question to ask. It should be something that makes them think, and it doesn't have an easy answer. They wouldn't be able to just easily answer that. They would really have to think and do some investigating. So make sure that your hook is not asking a yes or no type question. It shouldn't be rhetorical. So you're ready to write your introduction. Go into Google Classroom and find your essay. There'll be an assignment in there with a page set up for you to start typing. And you can start doing that. Remember that you should type in a font that's easy to read. I prefer Arial or Times New Roman. Don't mess with the font size and don't mess with the margins. Make sure you double space your lines. Don't hit enter at the end of each line or return at the end of each line. You just want to let it wrap, and it should automatically double space. If you have any questions about your introduction or your format of your essay, red card and I'll be there. Bye guys.